Making Moves in the Marketplace is a program dedicated to providing a forum for elite social entrepreneurs doing significant acts of good for our world by impacting their own sphere of influence. These unique individuals are following their calling and encouraging success, and not just for themselves. Listen to these interviews and be inspired, as well as obtain contact information so you can get first-hand advice. So let's meet our guests on Making Moves in the Marketplace.
Well, hello, everyone. This is Ed Bracey on behalf of Making Moves in the Marketplace. And my special guest today happens to be Kia Bonaparte. Kia, how are you doing today?
I am great, Ed. How are you today?
I'm doing super. So we can get right into the interview. I want you to have as much time as possible. Please share with us, number one, who you are and what you do.
Well, Ed, thank you so much for having me on Making Moves in the Marketplace. I'm super excited to be here. I am Kia Bonaparte of Bonaparte Think Tank. I am the CEO and Innovation and Marketing Specialist, and I love what I do.
That is super. Tell us a little bit about Bonaparte Think Tank.
It is an innovation and marketing firm that helps people fine-tune their message so they can really get to what their passion is and grow their business. And when you find out what your passion is, then you're really able to reach that sky's the limit that everyone talks about.
Mm-hmm. So how do you go about doing that? Say, for instance, I have a business that I want to market. How do you find out what my best strategy might be?
Oh, excellent question. Because I do have an engineering degree in environmental engineering and an interior design degree, plus 15 plus years in sales and marketing experience, what I do with my clients is we sit down and we have a consultation. Generally, that takes about an hour. As you know, I love to talk. So people love to talk with me. And we go through that analysis. In that first hour, we talk about anything and everything. So we're talking about their family. We're talking about their life. We're talking about their business and really what makes them tick. And I'm taking notes like crazy. And sometimes people are like, I've told you more things than I've told anyone ever. And of course, everything that's said there is just confidential. But the great thing about that is I really pay attention to what people are saying. So the feedback that I get is that Kia really listens. And while I'm listening, I'm really taking those notes and I'm putting boxes around what they're saying as far as the highlights of, okay, I like to do this, or if I didn't have money limitations, I would do this. And I would love to add this to my business and strategize and add this when we go into 5-year plan of this and 10-year plan of this and go into this segment of the market. So I take all of those notes and then we take the path of what are we going to do to get you to that? Then we fine tune their message, do any process improvements along the way to get them there. And real strategies of, okay, is your billing getting you there? If not, let's go ahead and attack that. Do you have a tagline that makes sense, that lets people know right off the bat who you are and what you're doing? Does your website look anything like what you just said?
Right.
So all those things have to fall into place off of that first meeting. That's what we're doing. And then I just make sure that they're accountable with what they just said that they wanted.
Okay. So let me ask this. Say, for instance, you're sitting down with me as a client and we're talking about my business and stuff. What particular triggers, hot spots, what kind of things make your antenna go up that you listen for?
Excellent question. The things that I listen for in particular is, things like I had a client the other day. For you and I, if we were sitting down and you're saying, I really love it when I can make something and I'm a perfectionist and the lettering on this particular font, like I want to make this. So I had a client that was saying they wanted to make a picture frame. So they're making a picture frame and they want to mass produce this picture frame. But right now they're in hand making, picture frames, and then they ultimately want to make something else fabulous with it and maybe have a store, or they want to have, treats and sugars and everything else with it. So that I said, okay, great. Let's go ahead and do that. How are we going to get to that? So these are the things that are triggering in my mind, like, oh, fabulous. Let's go get after that. But what are they doing now? Are you doing that?
Okay.
So those are the kind of things that we're saying, okay, what are we doing now?
Right.
Compared to where you want to go.
Okay. Without revealing any names or confidential information, what's been one or two of the most surprising things that you've had come out of that type of conversation?
The surprising things that comes out of those is when the client and I connect. Because when I was just telling you how I'll box the ideas, I don't have a poker face. I love my husband to pieces, and he'll say, I don't have a poker face. So I'll box it, and people will say, Kia, you're taking notes, and I generally make eye contact the whole time. So because I am an engineer, I'm always thinking. So I'll box everything, and then they're saying, well, what do you think? And then they'll say, you can just see the wheels turning. I have that moment with so many of my clients. And then that's when the two of us are together. And that's when we have that moment of clarity. They know that I see their vision and they see their vision. And that's when we are together as far as that accountability moment of, aha, we have reached that moment of the vision has been achieved. As they say, we are heading to sky's the limit together, and we are going to get there because even though it hasn't happened yet, the path has been written in our minds, and we are going to get there together because the wheels have been turning, and we know that there is a path because we're going to write that plan together. We're going to brainstorm. We're going to go ahead and get a strategic plan of these are the steps of, 1 through 5 or 1 through 10 over the next 6 months or 12 months to get my client to that, ultimate end goal.
Right. So let me ask this. I'm listening to you here and I can tell you do a thorough job of the interview and gathering facts and that type of thing. Having done this for quite some time, how do you assure that the information that they're giving you is true? Because I know sometimes people are very uncomfortable with revealing things they don't know or whatever. I've dealt with numerous business owners who love running their business, but oftentimes are out of touch with different procedures and things that may be happening within that business. Have you ever had that type of situation where you're sitting there and you realize, I need to go deeper? I need to ask this question, which may be a little bit more uncomfortable. Have you ever had to deal with a situation like that?
Oh, yes, I definitely have. So I'm with you with that, where you're like, okay, I've got to kind of tiptoe a little bit into this situation, a little bit more than I thought I would. And that's where the benefit of 15 plus years of sales and marketing comes into play.
I get you.
I'm able to word it in such a way that being a big sister, I also have 4 children. You never want to downplay anyone's experience. Right. So I'm able to approach it in a way of, we're in this together. And because this is teamwork, I want to give you the benefit of all my knowledge and experience. Us growing together is how we're going to make sure that you're able to thrive and get to the ultimate goal. So being fully transparent with anything that you may need assistance with or help in, additional resources, please feel free to let me know if I can connect you with, financial people or data management people or anything like that. And that's generally how I'm able to approach those situations that I think may need further adjustment or tweaking, overall may need the flashlights, in essence, put on it. I'll just kind of put it out there to those realms. And then sometimes you just have to put that additional pressure. I always like to use that Jerry Maguire reference in the scene where he said, if we're really friends, can I tell you why you don't have the money? And he said, if you want to see, as they said in the movie, the Quan, then if you put all of your heart into the situation, then we can get to the next level.
Right.
And I'm there as that accountability partner with you. So that's how I help to push my clients to that next level. And I let them know that too. We're here together because when you grow, we grow together.
Exactly. You know, what's very interesting about what you just said is it takes special skills, determination, and perseverance to achieve that connection and to get real data so you can actually help people in real time.
Exactly.
My next question to you is, why do you do what you do? I mean, it takes effort to do this. Why do you do that?
Oh, I'm with you on that, Ed. It definitely does. But I love helping people. People growing, when they get that aha moment and they are just beaming from the inside, when you are able to see from point A to point Z of where they have gone from, it's just amazing. I was able to help a client who was a realtor and she's on LinkedIn. Definitely look her up. She's amazing. Where she has come from, she started out, not necessarily believing in where she could be to now sky's the limit. And she is doing phenomenal things. And she's just one example. So just really appreciate helping people. And that's really just what I do and why I do what I do, because seeing that growth and that everyone is capable of reaching that true passion within themselves once they take those blinders off. And I love helping them, get to that point.
Okay. You mentioned that client. Would you share with us another situation that, say, for instance, when you started, it might have been a little bit shaky, but you were able to take it all the way through the end and saw improvement with that particular client without mentioning any names or that type of thing? Can you just share another example?
Oh, sure. Another example would be a direct sales person that I'm working with in growing their business. They're already very successful in their business they've been doing wonderful things on the professional side in that they have a massage business, and the direct sales portion of their business, they wanted to build that up. So we were looking to grow their business in a different way, having them being a consultant. Mm-hmm. So the consultant portion didn't necessarily start off as anticipated. So, being a consultant, as you know, when you're looking to consult, you have to build up that reputable portion of that. So that takes some time. So getting that knowledge base of this person is reputable, you can trust what they're saying, you can have them out to meetings to speak and to go to different places. And then once they got on board and understood what the path that we were both going along got to, then they were like, oh, okay, I get it. We're getting there. We're growing. It's understood. Then it really was able to really mature into a better relationship and to see how that relationship matured too. So we've got great things that are coming down the pike for that individual as well. And definitely seeing great things that are just going into new realms for this particular individual, as well as it's flowing into their already established business too. So it's just all over, just doing great things for that individual. And this is a direct sales person, which, direct sales can be kind of up and down anyway. So I was really excited with her, as well as, she is excited about the opportunity.
That's super. So it sounds like what you're doing comes, I don't want to say natural, because I'm sure education, experience, all that flows into it. But how does this fit in with your core belief system, what you do? How does that fit in with your core beliefs?
Oh, it totally fits in with my core beliefs, because I believe just giving back is just how it works. When you give back, it definitely just comes back to you. And not that we give to get, but it just happens. And if I can help someone else, that has just made my day. It really, really has. And I know people just say that, but I truly, truly believe that, because there's so many people that we can help, that if I can help one person, that it's definitely going to be passed on. And that's just proof in itself because 90% of my business is by referral.
Oh, wow.
The other 10% comes off of the SEO off my website. So that to me is proof enough. Not to mention, I know a lot of people. So if I can help someone else, if I can't help them, I know someone else who can help them.
Mm-hmm.
So I have always loved being that person who can pass a referral or, make sure that my clients are connected with the right people and the right products at the right time.
That's super. What you just said there really struck a nerve with me on the great side. The fact that you said 90% of your business is referrals. That lets me know immediately people don't refer people that they don't have a good relationship with. And by having a statistic that high, it lets me know that you have not only a great level of expertise, but a great level of connection with your client. So I applaud you for that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Sure. The other thing I'd like to touch on here is you are one of the more unusual entrepreneurs that I interview because you do something that is not traditionally done by women, by minorities, and that's marketing and, strategy and that type of thing. What would you recommend for, say, for instance, a young person who might be interested in following in your footsteps? You're a trailblazer for what you do. So what would you recommend to a young person who's interested in doing the same?
Oh, well, thank you, Ed. You are far too kind. Well, definitely for individuals that are looking towards this path, a marketing degree, I do think is definitely something to pursue and just stay open. The other thing that I definitely would recommend is to go after some business courses in addition to the marketing portion, because the marketing portion is definitely advantageous. I totally recommend that. But go more towards some additional business. Not to say that you need a full-on MBA. If you want one, go get it. I say get all that you can get and get those grants and scholarships so you are not drowning in that additional debt and let somebody else pay for it because those scholarships are out there.
Mm-hmm.
What I say is to get that mentor. Find that mentor early. There are plenty of people out here who are ready and available to help you. Go back to your professors, people that are already out in the field that are working, people that you admire. They don't have to be in the same field as you to be a mentor to you. My father was a mentor. He was in the military for forever and did so many wonderful things. He taught me how to be professional in anything and everything that I did, as well as my mother, who was an English teacher and went wherever he went and got positions upon positions because every 3 years we were moving. So get a mentor for people who were looking to go into the marketing or strategy or what have you, and build upon that. Wherever you go, be professional because you never know where that is going to lead you. Because in the age that we live in, those connections follow you. My first job was at Kentucky Fried Chicken, but I promise you, in today's day and age, someone on LinkedIn can still see me. Hey, that was Kia Bonaparte. I know her. She
Mm-hmm.
helped me buy something a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
She gave me great customer service because she cared.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that was the girl who helped me at the nursing home when she was in college.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's the girl who's helping me now as I grow my business. Help every person that you can because you never know when you need help.
This is true. And what you said just now about your first job, that really struck a great nerve with me also because one of my favorite jazz artists, Mindy Abair, she always says, I started by running the drive-through at Dunkin' Donuts in St. Pete, Florida.
Exactly.
So we all start somewhere.
Exactly. I was on the drive-through. I'm with you.
So there is a future beyond the drive-through.
Exactly. It's not where you start, it's where you finish.
Exactly. And what's so cool about this is going to lead right into my next question. You've had quite a journey so far. What's your future vision for Kia Bonaparte and Bonaparte Think Tank?
Oh, I do think sky's the limit. Truly, with rethinking your possibilities as the tagline for my company, I really do think, and I see this as going so much further. I really appreciate how my children love those four to pieces. I truly do. As I was
So
heading,
four children.
yes, four.
Wow. So you run a company and have a marriage and four children.
Yes, four
Wow.
children. Yes, my husband and I are definitely blessed. But as I was running to a meeting, our children stopped me and said, "Mommy, when you are gone," and I was not offended, they said, "Who will get the company?" And I said, "Exactly, Ed. But these are my little entrepreneurs." I was so
Oh
proud.
my goodness,
I
that's
was
amazing.
so proud, Ed. I promise you. I was so proud. I said, whoever has the best entrepreneurial spirit and whoever has the best vision for the company.
That is so cool.
So that's where I see Bonaparte Think Tank above and beyond,
Good for them.
continuing and growing it. That's where I
Mhm.
see it.
That is so fantastic. That is absolutely fantastic. So, do they do any entrepreneurial things now? My son used to buy and sell things on eBay as a teenager. And I said, "You're buying and selling?" He says, "Yeah, I make good money doing it." I'm like, "Wow."
Exactly. See, that's awesome. See, teach them young. That's what I'm talking about.
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, see, actually, my oldest, she has her own idea that she wants to go and start something, and she's going to be competing with one of the big box stores. So I can't give her idea up yet.
Okay. Don't.
My youngest daughter is probably going to be leading Bonaparte Think Tank later on in life because she's kind of started off on that vein.
Hmm.
So we'll
Is she
see.
your shadow?
Yes, she is kind of my shadow already.
That's how it starts.
But hey, I wouldn't put it past my sons because my youngest son, I do jokingly call him my little CEO. He loves to wear a good suit. I'm telling you.
That's cool.
Yeah, my other guy, he's a numbers guy, so that there's no telling.
And you know what's so super about that? I've built sales teams for 32 years, and one thing that I've always seen as a downfall of a team leader is they will try to recruit and train people to be clones of themselves. And I've always noted the best performance is that you don't treat everyone the same. You treat them the way they should be treated. And as a result, they perform to the highest level because they feel accepted. So
Exactly.
to hear that each one has their own specific characteristics, that is so cool. I like that. So bravo.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Yes, I totally agree with that. We definitely want to go to each person's strengths. And I'm with you. Even though we're at this size, I had already identified, I'd gone to a great business meeting and they had talked about a conference, actually. They had
Hmm.
talked about one of the opportunities to do an interview or a analysis on the more creativity or more creative
Hmm.
aspects. And I said, oh, that is totally the test that we're going to be doing at Bonaparte Think Tank when we start adding on people. I said, oh no, if you cannot do this test, you may not be Bonaparte Think Tank material.
Exactly. Exactly. And you know what's so amazing about those kinds of tests? It really reveals so much about a person. One of the things I learned when I hired people is that you don't interview them just one time. I've interviewed some people as many as 7 times and in different locations
Oh, wow. There
because
you go.
I wanted to see if I was seeing the real person.
Right.
The one gentleman that we went 7 times, we ended up not hiring him because each and every time each of us interviewed him, we saw something different.
Oh, wow.
We realized we would have made a mistake
Mm-hmm.
had we hired him and put him into our team. But the people that 2 or 3 times they were good, we immediately brought them on board. So let me ask you this
Mm-hmm.
to kind of conclude here. Is there anything else you'd like to add? In fact, say for instance, a member of our audience wants to get in contact with you. How would they do that?
Oh, sure. Excellent question. A member of your audience can definitely reach out to me at www.bonapartethinktank.com. And that's BONA, P as in Papa, ARTE THINKTANK.com, and also at 704-806-8365. They can also go to our Twitter at Bonap, Bonap, Think Tank, and take a look.
Okay, super. Do you have a Facebook presence also?
I'm just under Kia Bonaparte, so they can definitely take a look there. And if they are also in the Facebook Pink Social Tribe, they can also take a look at me at Kia Bonaparte and the Pink Social Tribe.
Okay, great. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we conclude?
Just want to say that you are awesome and amazing, Ed, as always.
Thank you so much. Well,
sure.
We want to thank you for the time and the great information that you shared with us today. And this is Ed Bracey on behalf of Making Moves in the Marketplace, which is sponsored by synergyofempoweredwomen.com. I'd like to say goodbye, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us today for Making Moves in the Marketplace. Making Moves in the Marketplace is a production of Synergy of Empowered Women, an organization that provides a platform for donors, volunteers, and advocates committed to helping women achieve their greatest potential. We look forward to our next informative broadcast where we interview social entrepreneurs making moves in the marketplace.